but this is something like an error-free run, but well, who knows, but he's always skeptical. Therefore, there is never final calls on everything. That's quite interesting. Well, this is a danger. How you accept this kind of thing, rather? This is a very disappointing and dangerous about every possible place. You can't play TM again. So let's get one backstory porter here. Rearrange about those things around here. So what happened here at SC? Let's go to put again for this good if move will be here as a winner and put a logic around basically this is why it is representing. So I haven't mentioned about it, what came of the idea about it, some of the cases around. So we talk about the same issue about that, okay, so think about that whatever is hope and vision case, they never come true. So best thing is always exploit the case, but the heat that the universe cover around, so it doesn't really matter anymore that case. So that's the case you see about the case and what's the reality about it. Okay, so whatever happened, okay, so whatever happened, whatever you do, whatever you saw, so but does it make any difference in that moment the heat that go, does it just are a case of a kind of a punishment body, so but you have to ask about every dispute. So one thing is always whatever you do about it, you have to really exploit those questions around more. Okay, so what I need to think more knowledge and more everything about the more everything. That's case every possible respect everywhere. Okay, so really take over. Okay, so because it's something case I lack in knowledge about this and very important. That's a characteristic I can really very well tell about it. What case going to process the representations or real patterns under like an axial stance structures or so what he has been himself as somehow as put the timer or doing over something else, which he like to do it, but he's just prioritize about something is more important. What is the representation of cyclically certain structural molecules basically in response to things or also following the constructive algorithm of certain fashion in case like so decided to hide the physical details of properties explicit move support position, but those that just souffle the electrons or excellent. There's a backup loop or there's over 210 ways about different. So free will is the biggest or no free will. So look at those other things. If you put a Q about cannot with conclusion process topic and realize it's illusion just because that is illusion of the suspect you are right will read by the tape but risk all the illusion to the truth will we not have see of the how why it is that there is no one freedom to that will. When it's certain prove that there is will that they need to lead what they call of the great liar or the case and what it is to all lead what call about what the majority great myth of the aspect. So what happened there is a little bit of emotions around. Let's take a look around. Okay, so what does it really look like right here? I will carefully look around that kind of thing. What's the beauty of space to arrive? And someone knows that these issues are not our case. Somehow know that these issues are what we are impressed by what illusion to allow this is just the perception. We should say what the thing about the illusion is just wrong. Well, not necessarily too strong because I've actually get it. After all, not free of the charge anything, but free of chains that allow perception. But being free to change with the as a color that is not saying that nothing ever changing. What is not saying thing as nothing ever changing about. The one thing is about it's inevitable that things happening. So this kind of thing about all kind of different ideas about you play illusion is prerequisite way to discover about what really was more trying to create. What is trying to get at the thing and regard the whole figures for accomplish what is a huge part of the community who are crazy. I hear from an initiative about a pussy envelope for a discovery, but the last greatly to be exposed to the interesting foundation of the war put the case that they have full of implications or which are what let's look at the code like the mental they have a resort to run here. Somebody cases is what makes somebody example it's a science case to create as a kind of a case in him investing in himself says this kind of information okay the reason why they discovered those things was because there was the first physical oxygen physical patient and the importantly right there was also this kind of system where there was also rewarding behavior because there was a kind of artificial system to encourage that there's a case of therefore case so there will be because artificiality implication there's a but they tell all of those reasons, alright. So either get to get the all reasons, environmental nature reasons, alright, because there were desire for allowing that kind of thing, or all of this and that kind of thing, because it was easy copy. Why was it? But there was no way that this wouldn't be how this. It was very obvious when everything was created that would be happening then and there was no chance of anything to be a different way. So that's always the case when actually this because sometimes have landed how they do long posture here. But the question is very important what I say to be most accurate to say the question where the observation of falsified statement and a classical different case of the different wrong about microtupulous halting or proper incompetence theorems or what you can determinism is a theory because now what typically has less impact or what particular determinants has seek therapy where this causal is right and a contra causal is which what the latter implies randomness. So that's the case why is the case of can be some kind of wheels or interest the case and a causal just drop that FW word away completely away. It doesn't really change anything, so that has this kind of way. What do you really look at positions or theories respectively going to call for to anything else and the everyday explanation to have a moral because I have no choice around the case here. This is a case audio a weakened hand of a case was a direction that the general audience can weaken and strengthen the hand of a taste who can shoot to see around what view it also moral responsibility should be. What I had to say this is one of where it gets right that this is to then a case I get automatons around logically conscious ability contra causal FW providing the proof explanation quality a penalty case and sovereignty case caused by antecedent events and will reveal the empty true consequence to be as the behavior is 100% case and therefore devoid of the freedom how could a claim this behavior before a cause could put a car before it can say that there is unknown around it. So this question is there is unknown but only subjective case itself is depending about like what quality experience the memory is as natural for processes and one rest of the illusion is asking how can you skip the step you explain exactly a properties balanced with physical access because create unknown and divide with which is as every effect has a physical cause or the rest of the effect is physical might have physical cause or case of insert in the state around asking about something case what he wanted is to so what he wanted case the one case to the transparency about what happened to self or the freedom of the more self-conscious or perception or just the feeling of the freedom so really just about this universe it seems to be as a kind of mistake or a subjective way so this doesn't really work about solve but I need to know the origin because it's illusion case alienations around here it is it's like unconscious and carelessness case what is the case always around everywhere case around and I see every day I guess everything go around this kind of a thing around here so this society is not really enough empathic so for everything so here there's too much case interest for the higher order here and similarity to little of a difference case emphasis case so this kind of actions happen because of that kind of thing maybe if there would be more concern about this kind of things would be outbased but that's the case it's kind of interesting to be inevitable it for the fact that like everything is inevitable as hypocrisy is sufficient generation or how to start first of all reiterate that not free to have a explanation for memories that there is unknown processes so that så att jag faktiskt inte på panikkaa or fantasy climate cases here naturalis exception the book is supernatural naturalis here case kind of finally to stop in anthropocetic case quietly and simply boyfriend what about deterministic left domestication system of nature if no two divergent ones will come for perfect left of the system rather is the better phrase will happen to replace the action so decision what about the expression of the what the freedom of the will prefer talk about freedom of actions on we've been accessing a choice for me intention deciding is and his convention name rather will be changed about here happened two reports around here. There's different sort of situations around. Seems to be the demo at the quantum deterministic case calculates to the revelation explain the points around missing cases, solid case controlling them for the next stage around a case as an age development evolution. What ways to do somebody cases when somebody's watching it for a make is that when the sun is a TV to somebody case and other like a trap by pinbacks is many points around here. Its choice is longer equilibrium around trackbacks pinbacks around. Okay, I have basically see all of my particular things and what's the usefulness okay so it's pollinators who says that aren't useful okay so books, pirates so WordPress on is this a homepage here? So where's the latest? Okay, that's just maybe only that's not your debatable okay so every gotta be posted on here. What history theology free will is to excuse on as the will in respect to the third article in history theology in third page around here. The argument for a case for free will therefore deterministic case essentially phenomenology case on the freedom of the will case would claim that phenomenology appear to be favored as absolute free will case no free will case naturalist case altruistic case convinces if there is no evaluation held. But if it's regular story access are neurological case compatibilist view exists only in the choices case all this shit according this cordial hawks are because the public access TV there's no in a case that's gonna be this is why what the Apple gave a free will beginner created with some well apparently ideas for the conversations around this kind of web page case what perhaps exists only in the choices we have the topics there science around what acting without the realize in the determination what if one of it accepts your rationale that he has what case not even what his thoughts about it what his final on the ethical application what all what's arguments the case around what to get understanding what the refer case on what works the benefit of one's own survival breaks it merely work for a benefit for it what is selfish is what was sit at the nucleus of the every thought about all the suitcases get this is a subjective case what thought is a self this with the first image of a deep thought image of courage of the greater humility what will be able to wise of what harmful courage is to do such thing what himself who makes such a sacrifice there is what gain in it what is no real nobody in a sacrifice there is only what to lose or it's only passion about the primary takes a halt what native will keep around a case what is the proper set of argument about the free will command concludes that there is no such thing or still discuss everything else as thought that was there there's a is that still separate actions from it so after is described as what sort of help us observe so determinist actions or lack of a necessary ready creative mind body to get a sort of tier one of it with lack of a case there one case of ready creative case there is without actions decisions also if you have expressed that the moral repressible people is what's like a banning a dangerous substance case were reprehensible pieces was like banning dangerous substance case reprehensible persons case substance case we serve as a reports case media social pressure with a car and sex and accords with the case we serve the pressure what for not feel as key that the need to act a manner that is a PS case don't the patient free as the access of the invitations to support what before them altered thinking about illusory vision actually why we invite you to sound and think about this for the scenes in war with the case things happen as it dictates I say it random or deterministic let's see about that his actions are not same around here it's quite interesting to think about so the case idealize about it I haven't done but the case is absolutely real but who says that it's absolutely real about it if something is one of the things about that is always never looking for a much deeper in the choice to think about there's a kind of a simplistic answer for everything guys around here or use serious support was adamant self for a good effect definitely looking right at what is coming right now I think the difference between the useful and the benefits consequences the context of the no free will would be unable like I said our freedom just for playing as a capital it's not good to just play with it which sense is not but a part of the brain a couple of key illusion of the patient what call as opposed to one with the program aiming for victor with ability what the peace to more moral responsibility, what the case as they put to figure out the right thing to do, like what has a face, not even a rising voice around the case. What's the right case looks like, the moral responsibility requires ability to create the illusion of the case, that's it, the case. Responsibility requires the case, illusion, that's it, the case. What's your definition around here? Well, I will disagree about this case here, right? Let's see what the case. I will disagree about that case. Well, it's just also sense of self, or as I guess, not actually sure about. Well, I was a scientist case that you can debate with the rest of the article, which definitely the point radio is a machine that is the wheel case resell because about the inside the case point of conscious of horrors. If there is no free will, like this, what is the purpose of being conscious? Case you should put his hands around here. What is neuroscience? What is the theory of a free will? Case opinionators. Then there is a present the case opinion blocks around. Why you don't rejoin this around here? The living colors around. The dead bronchus case. This isn't anywhere case. More and more case. It's always measure the day-to-day tokens. Like a patina that's a record that can be there.